Hey everybody, it's SaskiaSketches and this is Joey. He's my Bell's Hinchback tortoise. He's very little still. He is only about 5 to 10 centimeters and he is a year and a half old or so. I have had him for about a year, a little bit less. Got him last November, but today I'm going to film a My Pet Picks My Art Supplies video. Now, I'm sure you've all heard of this type of video because it's been done a couple times before. It's been done with dogs, it's been done with guinea pigs, because I think Super Dizzle did it with her dogs, and Doodle did it with their guinea pigs, of course. Yeah, but I have no dog. I don't have any guinea pigs either, but I do have a little tortoise, and I really wanted to film this video, and I thought it would be so much fun to show him off to you guys and stuff. Yeah. Now, I've thought long and hard about how I wanted to do this because obviously you can't just take him out of his terrarium for hours on end and stuff. He needs, you know, he needs to be in there because that's where he's most comfortable, that's where he's, you know, at home. And yeah, because it's a lot warmer in there than it is in our living room and stuff, so I only took him out for a short period of time because it was a bit difficult to film inside a terrarium for, you know, the same reason, because it's pretty moist in there and stuff, and it's warm. But I tried to make him as comfortable as possible. I didn't take him out too long. I hope I didn't stress him out too much. Yeah, he goes outside of his terrarium, sometimes not too many at a time, but I do always try my best to ensure that he is comfortable because I love him very much and I don't want him to get stressed and stuff. So I try my best to make him as comfortable as possible, and he is chilling in his terrarium as we speak. He's got enough food and he's got enough water, and yeah, so everything should be fine. I just took him out on the dinner table and I put him in front of a couple of notes with a couple blocks of cucumber in front of them, so he would presumably go for a random one because they were all the same size. And yeah, on the notes behind him I wrote some art supplies like pencils and ballpoint pen, fine liners, watercolors, gouache, alcohol markers, that kind of stuff, and I wanted him to pick 2 of them. And I was a bit afraid I might get gouache or brush pens because gouache and I don't get along, as you guys know, and I do not like lining with a brush pen. Yeah. But suffice it to say, I was pretty happy with the art supplies that he picked, but you'll see that in a bit. It took him a few moments to come out of his shell, but no longer than 2 minutes or something, so you could tell he was pretty alright. He wasn't too stressed out, he was pretty comfortable. I did have to lure him away with a bit of cucumber every now and then to make sure that he stayed on the newspaper, because I didn't want him to make scratches on the table or to fall off or something, but everything was under control. I mean, he is not that fast. He's a tortoise. If he wants to, he can run pretty quickly, but yeah, I also didn't want him to stay out for too long, so I didn't influence his choice of art supply too much, I hope, but I just made sure that he was going in the right direction and stuff, and had something to eat. Anyway, I really enjoyed filming this video with him because, you know, he's a tortoise. You can't really do much with a tortoise. I mean, you can look at him, he looks really cool. You can draw him, that's also pretty cool, but it's not, you can't really do any bonding activities or something. I mean, he's, yeah, he's much happier just staying in his terrarium on his own. It's really cute to feed him though, because you can hand feed him and stuff, and he loves it when you do that. But other than that, there isn't much you can do. You can't really take your tortoise out for a walk. I mean, I know some people do that, but that's only with really large tortoises, like sulcatas that are like huge. But yeah, you can't really cuddle them either. I mean, yeah. It is what it is, but I do love my tortoise, and I am really, really happy that I am allowed to have one. So eventually he did pick some art supplies. He started eating from the cucumber. The first one he picked was watercolors, and when I heard that, when I saw that, I was like, I mean, you guys know I love watercolors, but I kind of wanted to do something outside my comfort zone. I was actually getting excited to do gouache. But yeah, he allowed me to get some watercolor work in, and the next one he picked was, drum roll please, fine liners. And that made me happy too, because I could just, sketch with fine liners, do watercolors. That's what I love to do. So I was really happy. Thank you, Joey, for picking these art supplies for me. And when we were done, he immediately went for his cave to take a nap, presumably, because, eating cucumbers and picking art supplies, it's hard work for a tortoise. So I was really happy that he participated in this video and actually did a good job being part of it. So the next thing that I went to do was make the actual illustration. So as I said, I was just planning to sketch something out with fine liners and to color it in with watercolors. So that is what I ended up doing. I wasn't really sure what to sketch at first, because I had a pretty good idea that I wanted to actually draw Joey. I mean, that's I think what most of the people who do these videos also draw their pets, but yeah, I wasn't really sure how to draw him, what I would have him do, what kind of style I would draw him in, because I've drawn a couple of realistic Joey sketches already, but then recently I tried to stylize him, which was also really fun. And I was feeling a little bit more of a cartoony style this time, so I drew Joey next to a bunch of cucumbers, cucumber slices and stuff, and that was really, really cute. I really like how this little sketch came out, and yeah, so I made his face a little bit more cartoony than I normally do. And he looks so happy, and it makes me so happy. He's adorable. I love my little tortoise. I had so much fun painting this and stuff, and I really recommend anybody who has a pet, be it a tortoise or not, to try this video idea, to try this challenge. You don't even have to make it a video, but if you have a pet, let them pick your art supplies and draw your pet with those art supplies. I think it's really, really fun. And obviously with pets that are a little bit more active than my little Joey, you could make the supplies a lot more specific. Maybe you could have them pick a certain marker or like a certain colour or something. That would increase the challenge a little bit, because it wasn't much of a challenge. I just had a blast drawing my little tortoise with art supplies that I loved. So I was really, really happy with the way this came out. It was so cute and it was so much fun to draw. So I yeah, just drew a little bit of a background as well. These are things that are in his terrarium as well. So that little tree stump that's in there, and the cave thing that he comes out of, that's something that he has, well, something that he has too. Overall, I just prefer to keep him inside his terrarium where he's happy, but it's okay to take him out every now and then as well, because maybe he'll need to go to a vet sometime, and if he's never been outside of his terrarium before, then maybe he'll get stressed out by that and stuff. And I think way too much about these things, but I mean, you all know how much of a careful person I am, and how how much I think everything through that I do, or at least I try to. Anyway, yeah, I really enjoyed filming this video. I love the art supplies, and they worked together quite nicely. The only problem that I had was that the paper was really starting to buckle, so you'll see that in a bit, where it just starts to really almost curl into itself, which made it a little bit difficult to paint on, but I mean, I didn't have that much trouble with it. I mean, I'm really familiar with these mediums and these art supplies and stuff. The only thing I wasn't familiar with was the paper, because this is the other sheet that came with the scroller books that I unboxed recently, and I forgot to say, I'm not really a fan of this paper, to be quite honest with you, because yeah, the 2 times I've used it, the watercolours take abnormally long to dry, and I thought that was just the Viva watercolour sheets at first, but it really was the paper after all. On top of that, the fine liners bled a little bit as well, which they normally do not do, so that was presumably the paper as well, but it doesn't matter that much. Anyway, I want to thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. I really hope you've enjoyed, and if you have, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more art videos every single Friday. Have a great weekend, guys. Keep on sketching. Goodbye!